Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about the second episode of Healing with PreCure, which was a very cute episode. And before I forget, I just want to say that in the first episode I praised the backgrounds and the art of the environment a lot. But I feel like I need to praise it even more in this second episode. They were able to make it even more beautiful than it was in the first one. Like, it is insanely beautiful. This season is insanely beautiful. Visually, it's being a threat. And I am loving this part because, environment is important in Healing Good, so they're taking care of it, like, visually, and, I love it. This second episode started with Nodoka adopting Latte and her parents accepting them. And it was a very cute and beautiful scene. I just love Latte a lot already. She's a very cute mascot. I think she's going to be very precious. As the season goes by, we're bound to love her even more and more. I am loving that. And then we saw the villains. Like, we actually saw them, speaking and, acting for the first time. It was great. I love this trio of villains already. One thing was that Daruisan didn't really connect much with the other two. Like, he didn't interact with them. But the other two were very nice. The interaction between them was awesome. I don't remember the big guy's name, but he's cool. And Shindoine, I think Shindoine is her name. She is great. She's totally different from what I was expecting. I was expecting her to be more of a mature, sexy type, but she is just an annoying little girl. And, like, it was amazing. I just love that scene. I just cannot wait to see them in action more, and learn more about them and where they come from and everything. One thing is that we learned in this episode that the king, Byogen, I think, I don't remember his name. Byogen is the king, and he was defeated in the past by PreCure. I don't know if it was a team of cures or if it was one cure only. I mean, this episode didn't make it clear. Because I think that the way they say it in Japanese is like, it can be one or it can be lots. So I don't know. And I still believe it's that statue in a way with Teatsunu as her partner. But we'll learn more about that as time goes on. And so, like, the villain needs to be resurrected. He needs the world to be a wasteland so that he can gather strength again. So, like, I think that this time around, we have like a set of villains that are very clear in what they want to do, which is resurrect their king. In the past seasons, we've been having villains with very secret plans that we didn't really know, and then when we got to the end, we discovered their plans. And now we have more of a direct thing. I think that this season is being more direct and less complex than the others. And then Nodoka gets to the classroom for the first time. She meets the girls. Hinata is adorable. She is really adorable. It was nice. And, as when the year starts at school in Japan, it's that craze of people trying to get you to be part of a club, and people were trying to get Nodoka to be part of their clubs. But, Nodoka was willing to try everything. But since she was sick when she was a child, she is not very athletic. And, she failed, basically. And Rabirin was, like, she had high expectations of her. They didn't work out. So, like, I feel like the whole thing about Nodoka not being athletic and, failing in things is very relatable to lots of people. And after she did all of those fails, she had a very nice talk with Chiyu. And that scene was crafted beautifully, with both of them staying on the side of a tree, each one on each side, and then the camera just shifting between both of them. And at the end, Chiyu left her side and went to Nodoka's side, and then they both got together. That was so awesome. And the way Chiyu talked about Nodoka's sense of her own body and how that means she didn't have a proper training and everything, I really loved it. That interaction between both of them was very nice, just as Nodoka's interaction with Hinata. But then that created the tension of the episode with Rabirin, just saying Nodoka can't be her partner because she's not strong enough, she's not good enough, and so they won't be able to win against the villains because she isn't good at anything, and so she needs someone who's strong. I'm gonna be very honest. I was very angry at Abirin at that scene because she was very rude to Nodoka, and I still don't understand why Nodoka didn't really despair about that, because that was very sad. That listening to that after what Nodoka's been through when she was a child, it must have hurt a lot. And after that, we saw that Abirin was feeling very sad and very bad on herself and saying that she needed to find another partner. And we had that scene with her talking to Pegitan. By the way, Pegitan is like the best mascot of this season. He is the most adorable thing ever. Like the things he says, like he's not only cute and, like the thing you want to hug forever and protect. He is very wise as well. He knows what he's saying, and he knows, like, he understands things. He understands, he analyzes the reality around him, and he can talk about it. And I love Pegitan already. And the things he told Abirin were awesome. And I feel like Abirin was, as Abirin says, she's a trainee. She's training to be a healing partner. She is not a healing animal, right? She is not. She doesn't have any experience, so she doesn't know much about being a healing animal. So she was afraid of partnering with Nodoka because if something happened to Nodoka, it would be her fault, and she would be sad. And they had this connection already, and I believe that when someone does something bad to the other person, sometimes this person just uses the excuse, oh, I was just trying to look out for you. I was just thinking about the best for you, and that's very hypocritical. But I believe in Abirin. Abirin was just being sincere. She was just, she wanted to have a strong partner, obviously, but she wanted to rely on the partner. In Nodoka's case, Nodoka needs to rely a lot on Abirin. But Pegitan doesn't feel confident enough for that. And so that was a very nice development on Pegitan. I liked it. I felt very angry towards her in the first episode and in this episode too. But at the end of the day, I feel like I agree with her. I understand her. Ultimately, I understand her. And, I liked the way they dealt with the situation. I think, I didn't like the way she talked to Nodoka first, but then the way she came to the realization that she needs to be Nodoka's partner was nice. Obviously, what's the name of the villain? Daruisen attacked for the second time. Daruisen is very cool, but I really want to see him interacting with Nodoka more. We're bound to get that based on the opening, and I want to see Daruisen more, not just using the germs to attack the earth and then just leave. I really need to see the villains do more because they are awesome. And there's plenty of time for that. And, that scene with Nodoka trying to transform with Nyatoran, that was so cool. And, Nyatoran, I talked about Pegitan, and Nyatoran is also another one that's, surprising me. Because I thought Nyatoran was going to be that crazy type that doesn't think about anything, and it's not really like that as well. He is kind of mature, and it's going to be very interesting to see him being partners with Hinata. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. And then, amidst of all the craze, we had Nodoka opening up to Abirin, and Nodoka told her that she was sick, and she couldn't do lots of things when she was a child. And now that she can, she wants to help. She wants to do everything she can. She wants to enjoy life because she is healthy now. And so that was so heartwarming. Their talk was awesome. I loved that scene so much. And, they just transformed and they just started fighting. The fighting scene was... it was nice that, Nodoka just went there, Cured Grace just went there and she just kicked the big tree. And, it was also nice that Nodoka tried to do something against the big tree without transforming into Cured Grace. That was also something nice. And, the thing I didn't really like about this fight was the same thing as the first fight. You know, that being saying, oh, you're using the shield, so now you push the shield forward and now you use your attack. You know, I don't like that in Magical Girls in general. You know, I don't like when the mascots are always saying like, oh, it's time for you to attack. Oh, use that opportunity now, attack. You know, I don't really like that. I know it's more of a rhythm kind of thing, and you know, I understand that, and I just don't like it when it happens every single time. And I don't know how Healing Good will go with that, but I didn't like this part in those two first episodes. You know, I want to see Kira Grace do some things more for herself, you know, and not feel like Kirabini is ordering her around during the fights. And you might say, oh, she's learning to be a Precure, but we know that it's not how it works, because the Cures, when they transform, they just know. You know, they just feel it and they just fight. And you know, anyways, I just like it. And at the end of the episode, Chiyu ended up seeing Nodoka with the mascots, and she's like, what the hell is going on here? So, I feel like this was a very good episode. I am loving Nodoka so much. So much. Like, I feel like for the first time, will a pink Cure be my favorite in a season? I am loving Nodoka, and Cure Grace, awesome. Like, I really like her. And she's being a great character. And you know, you guys know, my expectations for Chiyu are high. And you know, after this episode, I think I might lower them a little bit for me not to be that disappointed. Because, you know, like, she is very wise in the way she talks to Nodoka and everything. But I feel like she isn't, I don't know if she's going to be more or different than what we've been expecting for a regular blue Cure, you know? And that's not a problem. Definitely not a problem. I just don't want to see another Saya situation. You know, I want her to have lots of focus. I want her to fight. I want her to kick ass, because Chiyu does kick ass in sports. We were able to see that. She's very popular. She's very beautiful. I love the color of her hair. It's kind of refreshing to see her hair like that. And I'm just loving it. And another thing I forgot to talk about was the rooms of the healing mascots, the healing animals. I always forget their names. They're so cute, like really precious, you know? And like Nyatoran's room is my favorite. We know the disco thing and everything, but Pegitan just playing with the ball with his little sad face. Oh. Anyways, that was my review on episode 2. I'm very excited for episode 3 and Cure Fontaine's debut. I just cannot wait. Please leave a comment with your opinions. Let's keep talking in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.